I don't think anyone actually believes in it. It's either you're a fucking moron or you're a troll. That's, I feel like, the two demographics. And if you're a fucking moron, then you don't deserve that conversation. That's all I have to say.
It goes back to like kind of psychology if an expert says it. So you get one guy that has an honorary doctorate, doesn't have to be a real doctorate.
And
then so many people just start following it. They're like, oh yeah, that guy's
doctor by the fucking like cereal company or some shit. I don't know.
I saw a TikTok where the guy's like, he had a picture of the sky from the space, and he's like, yeah, look at this, you can see this discrepancies, and the guy's like, oh no, well, and he's like, oh, it's actually just a picture of the sky from the ground. See how easy it is to trick you? NASA could easily do that. I don't make any money doing this. And he had like 300,000 likes and like all this stuff. It's like the basics, but because he did it, they're like, oh yeah, he's right. And you'll probably get 100 flat earthers just from that video, which makes absolutely no sense to real thinking human beings. But some people they can fall for anything.
There's this thing called science. Like it works with a lot of scenarios.
Here's my conspiracy on this particular conspiracy.
Yes.
All of these people that get elevated to being notable flat earthers, and they go, and I'm not talking about Kyrie Irving. I'm talking about like there was like a flat Earth documentary that was on Netflix like a year ago or something, 2 years ago. I can't remember this guy's name. It's like Mark Sargent or something like that. Does that sound right, Kyle?
I don't. This isn't my.
This is part of his club.
This guy.
I'm talking to Kyle like he knows.
I'm into good conspiracies that are made up by myself. I don't follow conspiracies. They're my own.
The fact that that's on Netflix though, like, why are we even giving stuff like that the day
money,
of
dude?
Like,
it's fucking funny though. You should watch it. I'm not gonna lie. Anyways. So this guy, I'm going to call him Mark Sargent. That might not be his name, but honestly, who cares? He's a loser anyway.
Fucking Mark.
It's basically, it's him and this woman who's like, she's like an older woman, but she's like kind of attractive. So like, she's kind of like the sex appeal of their movement. Like everyone's like, oh my God, she's like the hottest flat earther. She's like got that kind of space. And she has like a podcast. So everyone like listens to this guy and like listens to her. And they're like the two-headed dragon of this like group. Now the documentary is full of things to laugh at and poke fun at, and even like the people editing and filming, they're mocking them without these idiots even realizing. Like, just a quick tangent on that, the one scene where they just like blatantly mock them, it shows the two going into NASA's like space museum, and as they're going in, they see like there's like this it's like some kind of not a ride, but like you sit in a chair and it's got a screen above you and it's supposed to like give you this experience, right?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And they're like sitting there and they're like trying to like touch the screen and it's not doing anything. Like, this is so stupid. NASA doesn't even have working machines. Losers. And they just like walk off. And the camera guy's like watching them. And then as soon as they like pan to them walking away, he like pans down to the seat, where instead of touching the screen that they were looking at, right next to their chair, there's a start button, a big red start button. And he doesn't, there's no talking, there's no dialogue, no narration.
Subtle, yeah.
It's just like pans them walking away and then just pans to the start button.
Oh,
and it cuts to the next scene. And I fucking peed myself. Like it was like a pause the movie so you could die laughing kind of scene. So like even like the whole movie is just filled with stupid. But my theory is that these people that get this notoriety, they get all the attention, and everybody that's like, there's scientists all over the world that obviously know that the Earth's not flat. But how many of them have the energy
Allegedly.
and will to go after these flat earthers and like actually argue with them?
Doesn't matter.
Because more often than not, you have to find someone that is also A, knows their stuff, and B, also has good arguing skills. Because what you're going to get caught up with this Mark Sargent guy is he's a dumbass and he likes to twist facts and he likes to make false equivalencies and scarecrow arguments.
So don't argue with an idiot because they'll drag you down to their level and win.
I mean,
like that's why. That's why they think they're all right, because no one argues with them.
An idiot that knows how to argue, yeah, totally. But if you have someone that can argue back, you can easily shut down what they're saying if you know how to. But, finding someone that can argue them that's also a scientist, that's where there's not so many. And then you also have to throw in, like, this is a lot of effort for what?
Yeah. Because
here's the theory. These people get these scientists to come on and argue with them, and more often than not, they look stupid because the scientist is right. I think they know the Earth isn't flat. But because when they didn't know, when they were still under this theory, they got all this fame. They've got all these people supporting him. And now they were nobodies before. They had nothing.
Yeah,
they were just
all they have.
shitty creators that had no following or like a very small following and no one cared about them. But the moment they became flat earthers and became the voices of flat earth, they had an army of people, thousands that thought they were gods. Like this woman, everyone thinks she's like the hottest girl ever now because she's so hot and she's flat earther. Once she stops talking about flat earth, no one gives a shit about her because she's not.
Well, I feel
that
like that's
attractive.
exactly what's going on with Chris Sky, where it's everyone was following him, and now like the world's moving on. Like pretty much everybody's vaccinated, no one's dying. It's kind of like not a big deal. So now he's trying to shift the agenda, right?
Chris Sky falls into this kind of idea as well because you have absolutely nothing, and now you have so many people following you.
He doesn't have nothing. He was a meth dealer. He had
My
something.
bad. My bad.
He had a clientele.
Yeah, come on. People adored him. People needed him.
The community could not survive without his
Literally.
medicines. Nobody slept for 3 weeks straight. You know how productive that community was?
Oh.
They were the best students in the area for sure. But they have all this stuff, and the moment they go, oh shit, you know what, guys? I was actually wrong. This is the truth. They lose all their credibility in their fan base, and everyone hates them, and they have to go back to being who they were before. Now, depending on who they were
less
before,
than, they're the people that turned on the community at that
exactly.
point,
Now
right?
they've got a negative.
Yeah.
Because everyone that wasn't supporting them now just thinks, oh, you're that idiot that rode flat Earth for a while. Yeah, you're a fucking moron.
Yeah.
But the thing is like some of these people, like I don't know, like Chris Sky is a drug dealer, apparently. Cool. This other chick, she was a podcaster before, and I think she does her podcast now. But this sergeant guy, like he like straight up was like living in his mom's basement. I'm sure he's made enough money off endorsements to move out now, but like even at the beginning of that video, he talks about like living in his mom's basement.
Wow.
So you're gonna go back to your basement with your mom if you say that, guys, I've been talking shit this whole time. Of course he's not gonna do that. No one's ever wanted to sleep with this guy. He wore a shirt that says, yeah, I'm the real Mark Sargent or whatever the fuck his name is. Like this guy's an idiot. But now people are like, oh my God, Mark. Like, because he's the leader of the Flat Earth group.
Icon.
He's an idiot. So why would they? They all know it's a lie. These people know their conspiracy is bullshit, but they'll never admit it because then they'll have to go back to being normal again. They'll lose all their
I'm
clout.
frustrated.
That's why honesty is the hardest thing to do. It's the hardest thing to be honest because everybody makes mistakes, but if you pretend you don't long enough, the second that you allow them to see that you made one mistake, that's when people are like, oh shit, it's possible. Let's look at what he's been doing. Oh, he's never said anything correct. He hasn't done it once yet. He's lost every single debate. How did we not notice?
Yeah.
And then you have to rebuild. And it's the best thing for you in the long run because like you said, if he does or whoever, if they know that they're lying, it's gonna eat away at them because they're gonna have to go on the screen, kind of like the Black Mirror episode when they had to push the bikes to get the electricity. Guy goes on to like argue it, puts a knife to his throat, saying that he's gonna kill himself, and they offer him a podcast basically. So he starts doing that for everybody, and then when it's done, he just puts it down and goes hangs out because he's realized lying and using this other moniker is way more profitable for him. So it outweighs the benefit of being honest.
Yeah, that's straight up. It's a wild world, and honestly, these flat earthers are, whatever your stance on anti-vax is, I don't really care. I don't think you're an idiot if you don't like the vaccine. But that being said, if you're a flat earther, I do think you're an idiot. I think you're
I feel like